When everything's going well, it's easy to be grateful. But when things are tough, it's not always as easy to do. Carolina Impact's Dara Khalid and videographer John Branscombe show us how, after navigating a lot of tough times, a Charlotte woman uses goats to help others find gratitude.
Ready?
We're having to make a path here.
Set, go eat.
Yeah.
For these 10 goats,
Looky there.
it's time to chow down.
And they're all, oh yeah, you know, so happy everything's all green and nice.
As soon as their hooves touch the yard, they know it's time to eat, mowing their way through grass, leaves, and even poison ivy.
They clean off the trees, they clean the ground. You'll be left with sticks and things. But everything is totally cleaned out, everything.
To the goats, it's simply lunchtime. But for Jody Rubright, owner of Grateful Grazing Crew, it's a chance to create another happy customer.
How fantastic is that to have, just goats come over to do something that I've paid hundreds of dollars for people to do, and they just do an amazing job and get more done.
The process is straightforward. After you've spoken to Jody about the size of your yard, she brings the right amount of goats.
If it's a little small property, I may bring 2 goats. If it's a larger property, I may bring 15 to 20 goats.
Then, the team sets up a solar-powered electric fence, and for about 7 days, the goats are free to do their thing.
Now you can see from my backyard all the way to the back fence, which is about an acre. So in a week, they cleared out almost an acre.
The business has been running since fall 2024, and you'd never guess how it all got started.
My daughter was like, I want some chickens and a couple goats. And I was like, absolutely, girl, we're doing that.
But it was harder than they thought to keep up with the goats.
They were getting in the neighbor's yard, eating the neighbor's plants. They were over in that yard. I mean, they were just all over town, and I was just over it. I'm like, I've had enough, Michaela. We are getting rid of every one of these dang goats.
So after making up her mind that she was gonna sell them, she took them to a neighbor's yard where they started grazing. And that's when she got a bright idea.
I should charge people to do this. I should do this for like a job. And there it was. And I've been doing it ever since.
Her daughter Michaela is right there with her.
Come a long way from what we started with. We started with just like 2 little goats, and we've grown a lot over not a very long period of time.
If you ask either one of them today, they'll tell you they're best friends, doing almost everything together,
There you go.
sharing a special mother-daughter bond. But it wasn't always like this.
I was never not in her life, but I wasn't ever present. You know, when you're on drugs, you're not present in what's going on ever.
For 6 years, Jody struggled with addiction, using pain pills and heroin, trying to cope with the loss of her grandfather.
We went from spending every afternoon in the salvage yard with my grandfather to going to visit him in the hospital bed, and he couldn't even speak. So it was just like a grief thing. I mean, I would get so obliterated and just cry over losing my grandfather.
Her addiction got so bad, she lost jobs, ran out of money, and resorted to stealing from her family.
I can remember specifically lots of times sitting there in the mirror doing drugs and being like, why am I doing this? This is not who I'm supposed to be. I'm not ever gonna do this again. And I would give it 2 days maybe, and then I'd be right back at it.
Then one day, her mom decided it was time for an intervention.
Yeah, that was a tough road, but we talked and had a conversation that today was the day to stop this. And she did it. She did it.
My parents were crying and everything when they were leaving me, and my dad hugged me and he said, please. He said, please make this work. And I told myself right then, I'll never, once they left, and I heard those doors clank, I told myself I'll never do that again.
Since leaving rehab, Jody's kept her word for the past 10 years.
I am so proud, and I tell people that my daughter was an addict and that you can make it out. And I'm not shy about telling people. I'm proud of it. I'm not proud that she was an addict, but I'm proud of where she came from after being an addict. And she helps so many people.
Some of those people are employees in her business, other recovering addicts who needed a second chance.
If honestly I didn't have her in my life, I don't know, 100% where I'd be right now. I really don't.
Seeing her clean and how long she's been clean for really makes me want to continue to do what I'm doing.
While another day at work for most people may seem mundane, For Jody, it's a reminder of what she once hoped for.
When I was in rehab, I had this vision of like, I just want to be able to give back what I received, because just having that peace and that relief from that drug addiction has just been major. So with starting this company, I feel like it's given me an opportunity to be able to provide something maybe that other people might look over somebody, because they are a drug addict, where that's the people I want to bring close to me.
When you look at her life now and you see the Grateful Grazing Crew, you understand what she's truly grateful for. For Carolina Impact, I'm Dara Khalid.